lot of people, they don't understand the method to my madness. A lot of people, they like, relax. And you telling me to relax is only because you're not the target of public assassination by someone that you would have died for. Listen. It's 2015. I'm sitting in the county. I get a call. They say I got an official visit. So I go downstairs. When I get to the visiting room, they redirect me and say I got to go to the warden's office. Now, official visits happen in the same area that regular visits happen. Regular visits on the right, official visits there to the left. So, leave out, march down the hallway. I get to the warden's office. When I get at the warden's office, it's a white man sitting down, casually dressed. He got a folder in front of him. He opens the folder. He said, "How you doing, Vernon?" I said, "I'm good under the circumstances. What's going on?" He said, "Have a seat." I sat down across from him. He pushed the folder in front of me. He said, "Do you know this person?" I looked. I said, "Absolutely. That's my wife's mother husband. Detective. He's a homicide detective." He said to me, "He was murdered. Someone murdered him on such and such day, at such and such place, at such and such time." And I looked at him and I said, "Let me explain something to you. The furthest my association and affiliation with this person is that that's my wife's mother husband. I have no knowledge of what happened to him, how it happened to him, why it happened to him." He said, No. We know you don't have anything to do with it, but we know you're sitting down and you got a lot going on with these cases. So we just need you to give us some information and hopefully you can help us help you." I said, "I told you, I have no knowledge of anything concerning what happened to that man. Can I leave?" He said, "You can leave." I said, "Thank you," and I left. So as I'm going back to my cell and walking down the hallway, I'm like, how the fuck did my name come up in something that I had no knowledge of, and I have no recollection of how it happened to this person, which was Shakia's mother's husband. And then a light bulb. One of the cases out of the 3 cases that I'm sitting for, because I'm sitting for 3 cases, one of the cases got Shakia's mother name on it and Shakia's name on it, right? And I said, anytime someone slights this woman or she feel like they getting love from Shakia, love that only she should receive because she's Shakia's mother, she feels so entitled, right? And she's so methodical and crafty, right? She tries to divide and conquer, or she tries to destroy them. And she's working at that time with the detectives on the case to solve about her husband, her deceased husband, which I'm not against that. I totally understand how citizens' mind operate, how, she feel like she trying to get to the bottom of it. I'm not speaking against that. What I'm saying is that she told the homicide detective as they working together that Vernon might have something to do with that. So, they ain't gonna leave no stones unturned. They come pay me a visit and they try their little strategy or whatever, talking about, help us help you and all of that goofy stuff. I can't speak on the incident of the picture, but the incident happened at Shakia's mother's house, at Lisa Miles' house. And when the incident happened, I tried to leave, and Shakia grabbed my leg. And she like, don't leave me, Vernon. And I'm like, what? I'm like, got me in this situation. Like, how? Like, I'm in a situation that it shouldn't even have happened, right? And I left. So Shakia trying to communicate with me, calling me all week. I didn't answer. So she sends me a text a week later, and she says, it's a warrant out for your arrest. Of course, I call. And as we talk, and she says, Vernon, my mom went down there and she pressed charges the same day. I was trying to call you, wasn't answering. I felt like my world was coming to an end. My mom kept forcing me, telling me, he don't care about you. Go down there and press charges on him, fuck him. And Shakia went down there and filed her mother's leave, right? Now, she's always tried to divide and conquer and destroy the relationship that me and Shakia had, right? And her and Shakia used to fall out. They used to didn't speak for years at a time. And I was always the one that used to mediate the situation with Key, like, yo, you gotta talk to your mom. Like, if something happened today or tomorrow, you'd be devastated. Like, call your mom. Shakia falls out, whatever, call your sister. Like, them situations don't even really be that deep. It ain't, you studying something wrong too long, it ain't that deep. She be like, fuck her, I hate her. And I'm like, don't say that. That's your mother. She like, no, but she never even told me she loved me. I used to be like, dang. So I used to go all the way out my way just to not only tell Shakia that I love her, I used to go out my way to show her, even if it was putting my life on the line. So I'm sitting in the county with a case, her name on it, which is the mother, Shakia's name on it. I had another case I was sitting for, a shooting that happened on 60th Street. I can speak about this because I took a deal for it. I let off 21 shots, right? And I was sitting for another case that was publicly noted that was involving, allegedly, Shakia, me, my mother, and a few other associates. It was on the news. It was broadcast. They tried to publicly humiliate us on the news, right? And I took that case, right? Shakia had no knowledge of the case. You understand what I'm trying to tell you? I made sure that I protected Shakia at all costs, even if it put me in a fire, even if I would lose my life, get shot, whatever. I didn't have no reservations of fear when it came to protecting Shakia, because it's like, I feel like this is what I was signed up for. Like, you married to somebody that's, I love extremes, it's just how I am, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm all in, so whatever gonna happen is gonna happen. But my thing is, I ain't gonna let nothing happen to you. Like, there's so much diabolical and psychological things going on behind us that y'all don't even know. I'm just scratching the surface. But like I said, it's two sides to the coin.